Alright, what's up, yo? We're back. Some really good news. I made it to Sum of All Fears after a lot of grinding. I've been grinding because I really want to get to this. I need 59 more games in like 5 days. Hopefully, I'll do it. I might like make a video just to open that. But right here, we're gonna go over a fight. Honestly, the player did really good here, but I think my strategy of going from holding on to the point to pushing at the end becomes his downfall. It's a pretty hard thing to counter. But anyways, this guy starts out with a snowball. He banks one key. I send my snowball up top because some people send their snowball up here if you don't protect it, and I don't really like that. And of course I send out my Venus, a trap phobia. I really like trap phobies on this map. I feel like they're very powerful. He sends his one up top. Maybe he was planning to do that either way, but he goes. He sends out Miss Muffet and a 1 key. Tickles. Miss Muffet is here in case someone wants to go in for this point. You can grab it and poison it, and maybe Tickles could help, I don't know. Or, you know, Snowball could come down and fight it. I like to set a trap down right there. I don't like to go 2 tiles and then place the trap next to her, and I prefer to get my traps out earlier. And I sent a spud here just in case he wanted to put his snowball over here to attack mine. Because if he did and I never had a spud here, it would have been a little defenseless. But either way, he goes over here. I don't know if that was his plan or not, but he sends them there, brings his Miss Muffet on the point since nothing can really do anything against it, and casts away right there to protect bottom point. Pretty assertive player, right? He's trying to own the board right here. I send my snowball up top, which may seem like a pretty bad idea because his Miss Muffet is gonna go up there, and his Tickles and his snowball. But there's a method to all this madness, because you'll see this one pull renders his Miss Muffet useless for the entire game. Right, and of course Tiny Tim is out because I love this freaking mole. He's really good for taking points and then backing off. It's like a reusable 1 key. I don't know. So watch. He goes up top, pulls the snowball. He uses his own snowball to fireball it, and then he kills it with his Tickles, pulling him in. A really bad move was just leaving the cast right here, because if the cast was up top, maybe I couldn't proceed with what I was gonna do. But yeah, he also pulls out his Jeeves. Really nice phobia. One of the coolest like designs for sure. Such a sick phobia. So what do I do here? I send this guy down there because I know there's no traps. Send him up and place another trap. That's why I like to place traps earlier. And I put my Tiny Tim. Oh, wait, this is the important part, right? I deal a lot of damage to this because this guy deals little damage. He can poison me, but he'll likely die if he goes in for another hit. And this guy can only deal melee damage now because he already used his ability. So I'm not worried. I get that point, and I bring out a Drone to help enforce my spot right here. So that if he tries to hit, more than likely one of these guys is getting one-shotted. Because my Drone is high move, super high damage, super low health. It's a literal sniper. He gets the point and hits him. Rightfully backs off, because these guys are not looking too good. He hits my Tiny Tim, but you know, can't do much damage, and more than likely sets a trap down right there because there's a little pause. And then Creep comes out, likely to poison the Tiny Tim because the poison isn't halved, so it's a good way to leech to try and drain his HP. So yeah, like I said, I can kill the Tickles now. It took some damage from when it killed the snowball. Send my Tiny Tim for top point. Retreat my Razor Mouth. And I send a Hevo right here in case Jeeves wanted to get close. And I think that's it. Yeah. Look, his heart's taking a lot of damage, right? When you own these 3 middle points, you're dealing a lot of damage. And now his goal is to try and get back at least some points to not make the damage that bad, or to own the points and deal damage to my heart. He brings out Gravedigger and his Razor Mouth. Razor Mouth to take the midpoint, Gravedigger to make destroy this block, so that he can rest his Miss Muffet there. I set a trap down here because more than likely there's traps over here, right? I don't care, right? I'm not gonna go there and there's no reason I want to set them off. Okay, so I'm gonna set them where I know that they'll be useful in case he comes in to push into me. Put my spud down for defense, bring down my Tiny Tim a bit, and keep my drone in there because it's ready for sniping. So yeah, he sends his razor mouth on the point, sets a trap down somewhere, he's repositioning now, gets rid of that block and tries to put the Miss Muffet there to get some use out of it. Because now it's kind of safe since it has the Jeeves and everything all around it. And yeah, the trap goes off, razor mouth takes big damage, but he's not dead. But it does mean I don't have to waste that many hits trying to kill him. I can just bam, dead. If my Venus was strong, I could have one-shot him with just the trap, but the damage alone is what I needed. Now that that's done, I send my Tickles out to get the point back when he sends someone to get in. Reposition these guys, and it's not looking too good for this guy, right? If he comes up here to pull my Tiny Tim, Spud gets hits on it. If he tries to pull one of these guys in, these guys are around here to deal big damage. Like, it's really bad. It's really dumb for him to move. Down here, it's not that bad, which is why I backed off a little. So all he does is come up with the creep and poisons my Tiny Tim. Kills with the Jeeves, such a cool animation. Repositions them a bit, likely to threaten up here, and brings Electric Cat to get the point back. But look, his heart is taking a lot of damage, right? He's stalling a lot. He should really make a push on a strong one at that. But I'm setting up a really strong defense here, where if he makes any move into me, it's gonna be I'm gonna do a lot back in return. Oh yeah, and I set the trap there because I think there already is a trap right here, and I don't care about that. It means nothing if I set it off, and I can just take it with Tickles, and Tickles will eat the trap if there's one anyways. He tries to do a sort of push here where he moves that up there, and you know, I think he thinks that this is like taking control of it, but in reality I can take back both points with ease. So there's a difference between just capturing points and like owning them, you know, which is your goal. Your goal is to be owning the points so that you're not just throwing away Phobies. Look, that's 2 keys thrown away right there. Bring Tim back, heal him up, so he's vulnerable right now, but you see if he comes over here to pull my Tiny Tim, he's gonna step on the trap. Evo takes his shots at Electrocut, Tickles gets the point back, and I send up Droney initially to scare here. It's to take these points and deal even more damage to his heart since it's already super low. Bam, you see I take it back easily, and it's hard for him to come back at me. Uses his Castaway ability, attacks with Jeeves. There was no trap there, as we can see. I never did the animation. Takes the point with Castaway since that's his lowest key. Sends Tooth Fairy to get that point and brings out Ogre, the guy who starts tweaking out whenever the heart's low. Gets 900 damage on hit, and while this would be a good thing, he really doesn't use it to its full potential, because he doesn't start owning the points at all. He continues the very bad habit of just getting points and not really owning them, not having a plan to get it back. When I generally always have a plan to get the points back. Right here, he was here, he takes a shot at each of them. Droney comes down, Murderwing is sent out to kill the Tooth Fairy, and Droney takes the point. Spud comes down to kill Cassowary. Droney comes down, set a trap right there just because I was already a little deep, and bring Tiny Tim back up. Tiny Tim is here to threaten this point, because if he's not careful I will take it. And also I set off a trap there, which I guess is helpful. So I get a point, I'm still dealing damage to his heart, you see? He comes down and he hits my Murderwing, since it technically is more value. He sets a trap and then he comes down. His Miss Muffet comes forward to try and threaten his dog. Sends out his murdering to kill my drone. Bit of a waste. Man. Bit of a waste. And cowbell. Not sure why. It gets this is a little weird play. Because check. I can send both of these guys to kill Miss Muffin. I can send Tiny Tim to take that point. I can push with these guys. Hold. Alright. So yeah, what happens is that I move the Morty over here. He can't get the point, but that's fine. And Miss Muffet's dead. Why? Because if Miss Muffet was alive, they could have pulled Tim into the void, which is 6 keys gone just like that. I mean Abyss, why do I keep saying void? And then I bring out a Kerbloom and this guy. Both of them push, so if he's not careful, I might push one of his phobies into the Abyss here. It's just to try and scare him from pushing into my heart. And from that point control, I'm dealing a bunch of damage and he can't do much about it. What he's doing here is obviously just going for damage, because he clearly can't kill this guy. He's underneath, he's underground, he's taking 50% damage. You can see why I said his ogre is not really used to its full potential, because that happens. Watch, I've literally taken no hits on ogre, right? It doesn't really matter what he does here, because he can't kill these two, and that's the that's gonna be his downfall. I can take the point with Kerbloom. I can do whatever I want with Tiny Tim, it doesn't matter. I can do whatever I want with Venus, it doesn't matter what I did with them. This is the important move, right? Hit that for 800 damage. It's at 257. It's a little overkill, right? But I won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. More than enough that when I end the turn, his heart's gone. Yeah, those traps went off, but it doesn't matter, because this guarantees I win. And look, all of them gone just like that, you see? One of the best matches that displays how much I like to own the points. I can't do it all the time, but damn it, I do it good when I do it.